West Ham United 1, Manchester City 3. Well, the result was no different to before. But personally, I thought the performance was a lot better. Wiggy, your thoughts?
Well, I watched it 100% completely sober, and I wasn't alarmed by how we played today. There were bits where Man City got on top of us, and we didn't seem to cope with it particularly well. But every side has that against Man City. But that second half performance from us, until they got that third goal, we all thought nailed on 2-2. You know, yeah, good.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
I'm the same, to be honest. I mean, I think the result was disappointing because if anyone didn't watch the game, they would have thought, oh, here we go again, more of the same old, same old. But we started the game, the first 15 minutes we were at them. You know, we gave a sloppy pass away and they pounced on it, and that's what they're good at. You know, the minute you give the ball to Man City, they're going to punish you. And we went 1-0 down, in a way, almost against the run of play. But we got back in it. You know, all right, some may say we got a lucky goal, but you create your chances, don't you, Wiggy? And we got that goal back.
I thought that football leading up to that goal, you know, it's a glimpse of what we can do.
Yeah.
And it's a glimpse of what we will do in the future.
Yeah, I agree.
I said to the guys, and there's one or two that are moaning a little bit, but I said to the guys, when Pellegrini was in charge, after 4 games, we came away. We should have got something out of Arsenal away, and I went, we're banging trouble here with this fella. And everyone looked at me and thought I was absolutely mad, but I was right. Now, I've looked at this after 3 games, and Bournemouth. Bournemouth was something else.
Bournemouth was an awful game.
Yeah, Bournemouth was something else, but I've looked at it, let's say that's the 4 games, and I think there's progress, and I think we're going to get a little bit of more entertainment this year.
Yeah, I think, you know, when you look at some of the players, I mean, Wan-Bissaka, whichever side of the pitch he plays on, looks class. Rodriguez is sort of finding his feet. I think Alvarez was a bit rusty today. He was the one that gave the ball away for their first goal. I think the disappointment is Antonio and Paqueta.
Yeah, Paqueta, not great. But what can you say? And Antonio, I said before the season started that he would be our main striker, and when it went. And what's happened, Steph?
Yeah,
we have still failed to buy a striker that fits the way we want to play.
I mean, Fulkrug came on for him, but Fulkrug looked isolated yet again, so we need to find a mechanism to help him play. And I know we've still not seen the best of some of our new signings yet, because as we were saying on the way up, speaking to Paul and others, you know, a lot of these players are not match fit yet. And even Paqueta, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, although I know we've seen the same from him last season. He's not match fit, but he's sloppy. And I think with Soler coming in, if there's a player that's going to be in danger of losing his place in the lineup, it's going to be Paqueta.
It has to be Paqueta.
Yeah.
But Paqueta's got a lot on his mind, and you can tell. You know, there's that ban hanging over him, and he knows it, and it's taken the edge off him ever since it came out.
He's not on it, is he? He's not on it. You know, so we made 2 mistakes. They scored 3 goals. We made 2 mistakes, which gave them 2 of those goals. Their second one, the one in between, was a well-crafted goal. You've got to hold your hand up and say they are the best team, certainly in the league, probably the best team in Europe, maybe even the best team in the world, domestic team in the world at the moment.
They just passed it along until we ran out of cover.
Yeah.
And as soon as we ran out of cover, he put it in the back of the net. It was simple.
But I agree with you. And I know I'm going to bring Paul in a minute because he looks really depressed over there. But I agree with you. I think there's encouragement there. The scoreline doesn't suggest it. But I think there's encouragement there in terms of what we saw, we were at them in the first half, in the first 15 minutes. We were at them in the second half. We had spells. We were obviously going to get spells of not having the ball. Paul showed us the stats. I think we had 31% possession.
It felt like more.
It felt like more. It definitely did. You know, and we had 2 shots on target. We had 8 shots in total. You know, but this is against a team that is going to beat even better teams than us. But go on.
It didn't feel like that. It didn't feel like we only had 31%.
Yeah.
It felt like we were competitive.
Yeah.
And I think we were for large parts of that game. I mean, City are world class. They're better. Paul's sitting in the background nodding at us because he's had a proper little moan at us about it. But we were competitive for long parts of that game today, and to say we only have 31% is, you know, stats can tell you many things.
But I agree with you. I mean, in all honesty, when you look at comparisons to last season, did it look like we were playing low block, or did it look like we were trying to do something with the ball when we got it?
There were times when we all thought we'd reverted to type and it would take a while to get Moyes out of the club. You know, the Moyes mentality. But there were other times when we were pushing forward, and that second half, I don't think we looked out of place. I thought, and against most sides, we'll be incredibly competitive if we play like that.
Yeah, I agree. There are players that are definitely not match fit. Alvarez not match fit. Paqueta not match fit. Bowen still not match fit, but getting better. I like what I saw, the cameo role with Somerville. He looks lively. He'll improve. It's work in progress. How long would you give it before you turn around and say, actually, it's no better? What would you say?
With Pellegrini, I gave it 4 games.
Okay.
And I made up my mind.
Okay.
And with this fella, with Lope, let's give him 10 games, and let's see. You know, if the shoots that we saw today, you know, the goal that we scored, I know it was an own goal, but the play leading up to it was good.
Yeah.
You know, and if we can see more of that against sides that are not quite at Man City's level, then I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I agree. I think the only concern for me is, I mean, last season, ironically, it was our defence that was poor because we scored goals. Last season, our defence was poor, but we scored goals. The only concern I've got at this moment in time is the difference between the two teams was the striker. Man City have got a striker that can find the back of the net no matter what. West Ham United at the moment, we don't have a striker.
We've got Antonio and a big German.
Yeah. And one of them needs to start scoring, and we're not expecting it off Antonio, are we? But I think we're expecting it off Fulcrum. But we've got to play to Fulcrum's strengths, because at the moment he's looking a little bit isolated when he comes on.
And you see, we've got the wingers now.
Yep.
And we've got him in there. Get his back to goal, holding it up. Get Bowen running off him. Get Kudos running off him. And there is progress.
Yeah.
And you can see it, and you can see that there's a plan.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Well, we've got an international break now. I can't believe it. We've only just started and we've got an international break. Our next game is Fulham away. And what we want to see is a similar performance but a different outcome, or a better performance.
There are just 2 things I want to say.
Go on.
One, Stel, are you coming to Brentford? And 2,
You utter bastard.
Samantha DeForges, Aruba Hammers. Anybody wants to give it a little like? Samantha's just started that up because she's emigrated to Aruba.
So far there are 2 fans, her and Mark.
So if you like, you know, give her a like, give her some support.
So, Wiggy, are you coming to Brentford?
Yes, I am.
But you're meant to be going to a birthday party that you were invited to.
I will be attending the birthday party. I will be abstaining from alcohol until I get to the party.
You utter bastard. Paul, are you going to have your say? Come on, mate. I think you should. Hang on. Got to bring it round. We've got to stand, you know.
Do you want this?
Yeah.
Do I need that? What have you done to it?
Other ear, mate.
Is it the other one? Okay.
He doesn't even know left to right. Come on, Paul.
I've got over the ear headphones. So
Come on,
it's
Paul.
all right.
Just tell us. That's better.
Okay.
Go on, say what you honestly think, mate. Come on. And it's only fair that you
Yeah,
do.
no, I was probably expecting more. I was watching the game and I thought how quickly Manchester City close us down and how much space we give Manchester City when they're on the attack. And I was just thinking, is our fitness levels that far away? But speaking, obviously, you know, pre-season and everything that you were saying about fitness levels and all that, I just thought we had periods that we rattled them. When we closed them down quickly, we rattled them, and I just wanted to see more. Very disappointed with the result because I thought that we were going to sort of like give them a better game. I thought we was going to move up a level from last season. I am pleased with the players we bought, contrary to what I say of them still, but I just want to give.
I think you know we bought decent players.
We did,
it's just a matter of now
we have, yeah. And I'm worried that, again, without sort of Kudus and Bowen, you know, I would get worried if they were missing, very worried. But also, I think with, you know, the big German, Füllkrug, we need to play to his strengths. We do, yeah, we need to play to his strengths. And it worries me that he could be another striker that's going to be running, chasing back, and not having the supply that he actually needs to put the ball in the net every time.
And I won't lie, I mean, of all the new players we brought in, I think Füllkrug is the one that worries me, that maybe, again, we bought just what you just said. Maybe we bought a striker that doesn't fit our system. And I hope that doesn't come back to bite us. But as I just said to Wiggy, we didn't have a problem scoring last season. It was a problem about, you know, sort of conceding. And I know we let in 3 goals today, and we let in 2 goals against Aston Villa. But I think when that backline, Mavropanos looks a bit shaky again.
He sort of pulled out of that, didn't he? If he would have made that, they wouldn't have scored their 3rd goal, would they? Which makes a big difference, doesn't it, as well? You know,
and psychologically, it makes a difference. The scoreline is, you know, I don't think the scoreline was. It didn't reflect the game.
No, I think when you lose 3-1 to Man City, it's not a shock or anything like that.
No.
But I was hoping that we would have given them a better game. Percentage-wise, obviously possession, and obviously outlets as well. But they are very good at closing down. They know what they're doing. They're closing in twos, or definitely on Bowen and Kudus. They know, because we can't play through the middle like they can. But I was hoping that we could sort of up the level a little bit, give them more of a game, especially at home as well.
Don't you think there were patches in the game where we were doing that?
I do think we did rattle them a couple of times, didn't we? I mean, like I say, when we put the pressure on them, we definitely rattled them, and I wanted to see more of that.
Was it 2-1 when we hit the bar, or was it 3-1 when we hit the bar? I think it was 2-1, wasn't it? 2-1 when we hit the bar.
Well, that's
that
the case.
gone in.
That changes the game, doesn't
Changes
it?
the
Goals
game.
changes games, doesn't it? And I didn't think even Man City were really, I thought they were toying with us, They were, like you say, they were pushing us left and right. And they would end up being pushed that wide because it was very compact, wasn't we? Whereas they would close us down with 2 players immediately. They had space on the touchlines to sort of work their way in and get the balls in the box.
Yeah, they were testing us a lot, certainly on the left-hand side. With Grealish in the first half, But Wan-Bissaka, I mean, you've got to be honest. He was the measure of.
He's quality. Yeah, he was. Yeah, I mean, he's looking good. He's looking. Yeah, he's looking good. I mean, he's a good buy, definitely a good buy. But I was just hoping. No goodbye. No, I was just hoping that honestly we gave him a better game. Being at home as well, I was hoping that we would have progressed a little bit further down the line against Manchester City. The same sort of thing happens against Liverpool, doesn't it? You know, and I'm hoping this manager doesn't set up where we soak up pressure and hit these teams on the break, because I would actually like to get to a level where we can give these teams a game.
I didn't see that today. I saw a very good Man City side who know how to keep hold of the ball.
They
I
do.
saw bits of it.
Yeah.
Because we had no choice because of the way they play.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we do. But yeah, listen. You know, I've listened to everyone, and it is progression. I think, like you say, a few more games. Let's see where we are. I think Fulham away. You know, we should be.
We've got to be at them, haven't we?
Yeah, with the players we've got, and I'm not disrespecting Fulham and your Fulhams, your Wolves, and
But they're the sort of teams that we should be competing against,
with the amount of money we spent and the quality of our players. If this, if they come off, then we should be comfortable against these teams.
Agreed,
We should get the points.
And as I said to you, Paul, on the way up here, if we end up playing against Fulham and the Wolves and those sorts of teams, and we're not demonstrating that we can control the game, then I'm with you. I'm with you, and I will agree that perhaps there's no progress, but I'm hoping, and I think we will be able to sort of once we've settled all the players in. I think we will start controlling more games.
Yeah, and I don't want to be a team that relies purely on Kudus and Bowen, because if one gets injured, Wan-Bissaka's quality, he is good. There's no doubt.
But we do have our big Germans, so we're all right.
I still want to create without these players if they're injured. I want us to have a team where we can still give a game. And
I'm looking forward to Soler coming in, because I think the player that's got a question mark over his head is going to be Paqueta.
You know what I think of Paqueta anyway.
Yeah, I know.
I thought he was crying out for Ings the last 20 minutes.
I am glad
he weren't even on the bench.
I'm probably one of the few that was glad to keep Ings, because I think that
he's not even on the bench.
No, I know, but he is a goal scorer. But again, if we don't play to his goal scoring strengths,
would you have put an unknown on? Guilherme was on the bench.
I want to put him on,
Would you have put it and see maybe what he could do?
I want to see more of him. I do want to see more of him.
Throw him in. Who knows? No one. He's an unknown.
You pay 25 mil for him. There's got to have something about it.
Use him.
Yeah. Somerville looks exciting. I know that someone's saying he's lightweight, and is it another Ben Rama, which we hope not. But he's got determination.
I think
he wants to progress at this club, and I think he can show us what he's made of as well. So look, listen, let's give it a few games. I don't want to be negative. Let's see what happens here.
Nice one.
Anyone else?
Anyone else going?
Gary? Gareth?
No. All right.
Should we show the camera the retrobates?
We'll be back again. I'll be back again on Sunday. So thank you all for watching.